John F. Kennedy, a collection of his speeches and manuscripts formed by his personal friend and assistant Dave Powers. I'm Adam Douglas from Peter Harrington. I'd like to show you this remarkable archive, which is the only substantial archive left of John F. Kennedy's speeches outside the Presidential Library. The library houses all his material after he became president. And that library was curated, in fact, by Dave Powers. Dave Powers was a friend of Kennedy's who served him throughout his campaign, after all his campaigns. After Bobby, he was his closest friend, his personal fixer, and his assistant. He was in the car riding behind him at the assassination and curated and collected all his material after his death. That is now in the Kennedy Presidential Library. The full description of this is on the website. I can just show you one or two pieces. There's so much here, it's impossible to show you in a short film, but we see here the kind of material that is in here. This is one of the early ones. It is in Powers' hand. That there's 18 pages of handwritten notes by Jack Kennedy, and then this is the additional information that's useful. It's Jack would scribble page after page of notes to get an idea for a speech. When the speech was typed up, he would toss away the notes. I saved notes from every campaign, starting with Jack's first campaign for Congress in 1946. Dave Powers. And here is, these are Kennedy's notes here, scribbled as Powers says on one side of the sheet, with crossings out, various ideas being tried out for political speeches. Some of the other speeches are as delivered, so they're the typescripts of the speeches, and those are interesting in that they show the large type size used and the rhetorical breaks that Kennedy would mark to deliver the speeches in the most appealing way. And the scope of this collection is all the way through from his first campaign for Congress all the way up to the inauguration as president. And one of the star pieces of the collection is the Inaugural Address, which is here bound in the presidential binding, and there is the presentation for Dave from Jack Kennedy, Christmas 1961. And that is the inaugural speech, the inaugural address, which of course still lives on as Kennedy's most famous piece of speech making, with the line about ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. There, that is probably Dave Powers' proudest possession, and there's also the invitation to the inauguration. There's one of the official invites. This one comes with a ticket. And there we can see it's number 242, matches the envelope. And that's an invitation to stand on the House steps for the inauguration. And there's the official invitation from the president with a signed photographic portrait of Kennedy. So it's a tremendous collection. As I say, the only other material like this is now in the Kennedy Presidential Library, so this is the only substantial collection left in commerce for the private collector. It's a tremendous piece, and there are full details of the collection and indeed of other US presidential material on the Peter Harrington website.